And it's a totally different kettle of fish to what they've been seeing here under these slow speeds, under caution.
And you know, Joe Foster talking about the arc down in the infield. It is slippery down there.
They've done 5 laps under caution. Finally, we see green flag waving here. We're under racing for real now in the 2010 Rolex 24 at Daytona. Max Angelelli in the SunTrust Dallara Ford has a clear track ahead. Scott Dixon goes around the outside of Michael Valiente.
Looking for grip there, but he seems like he slipped just a little bit, couldn't get the power down, so just searching for grip. And that's what it's all about in these conditions. You won't run the typical dry line. You'll try the rim shot like Oz Negri around the outside. Can he get that Crown Royal sponsor machine to the front? He looks for it. He touches body with Angelelli.
You got to be real easy getting on the throttle here, or we could take out a bunch of cars. These tires are not up to temperature yet. Not behind that pace car, they wouldn't be.
And they're trying to get out in front. Oz is trying to get out in front so he doesn't have that spray. He doesn't have to deal with it. Look on the inside. Pruitt on the outside of Valiente here.
Pruitt's a man on a mission. We typically talk about Scott Pruitt not liking the wet conditions. He's about to take second spot away from Negri.
Great move. Scott Pruitt tucks into second nicely. Now he puts the pressure on his old rival, Max Angelelli.
One key is they've switched to this BMW power. They talked about it being more drivable. That'll really be a key part to this race in these rainy conditions, Dorsey.
And running those rim shots at Scott Stoon is a smart thing, because that's the part of the racetrack not run on most often, and it's not as polished, meaning it has more grip.
Pole sitter Angelelli has been pushed back to second, now maybe even third. Negri has got the Crown Royal XR. Mike Shank racing forward, and here comes the sister car. Look at the 6 of Valiente. He wants a part of this battle as well.
He's going to look to the inside. This is going to be really touch and go as they get into the brake zone for this bus stop chicane. Remember that Dallara there of Angelelli, our pole sitter. People talk about it may not having the same downforce as the Riley. That will show up in these wet conditions.
Oh, is there a fight going on? Let me have a part of this, says Christophe Bouchou. Look at the black car there, the 55. He's won this race overall before, and the Frenchman really wants to get back up on top this year.
Like I said before, up on the high banks, you don't have to worry about any puddling. And the downforce, the artificial downforce caused by the bank, you are very, very good right here. It's when they get down here to the tri-oval, Calvin, it'll get slippery.
It really does, and you have to be so careful. You see those white painted lines. You can't afford to get on those, on the brakes or under acceleration. You got to get your brake bias correct. What you typically do is just wind a little bit of brake bias to the rear. You're going to lock up those fronts, so the drivers will be tuning that in. It's a little knob they have inside the cockpit to adjust the brake bias, the pressure front to rear on the race car.
Ganassi, Mike Shank. As we go back to GT, it's a pretty serious fight here too. Patrick Long is ahead of Sylvain Tremblay. Johnny Mollem is in the mix, and the defending Series GT champion Lee Keane in the 41.
But look who's up front, the little guy, Jordan Taylor, going to be running full time in that 30 machine. And